So it came to the point in my career when I was, now a loan officer, going back to that, that it just became apparent to me and to everyone in the office that, I was leading the pack, so to speak. I was the top loan officer in the office. I was making the most money, except for the founder of that company I worked for, and we were very small. And now it was time for me to break off. Now it was time for me to go my own way. And I remember having a talk with my mentor, and I was nervous. I was so scared. And I said, I'm just scared to fail. And he said, just the same principles that got you here will keep you here. You just have to work them. And I looked at that and I go, you know what? That's exactly the same things I did in the football field and I've been doing here. So now it's time to do it for myself. And so I went to a friend of mine. He was the #1 real estate agent in all of the Bay Area. And I said, look, I'm thinking about opening my own mortgage company. And I had this idea, what if we brought mortgage and real estate and we combined it together? And we brought it together, and we could maybe build a company where we did both and we profited from both. And, he was intrigued by the idea. And so we did it. So I started a company. And, it was nerve-wracking, because at first the idea was just he and I, right? We both had families, we both were very successful, and we both wanted more time. So at the time, we were young, and we thought, what, we'll just be he and I. Well, when we got into this building and signed a very long-term lease, which was another scary thing for us, we started looking around going, how about we just knock down that wall? And it was, I'll never forget the day we just sat there and I'm like, what are we doing? Right? And so we went back to the landlord and we said, look, we've got 1,000 feet. We need 10,000 feet. So how many walls in here do we have to knock down to get 10,000 square feet? And the landlord looked at both of us and he said, what are you going to do with it? We said, we're going to build the largest mortgage company we can build, and then we're going to sell it. And they thought we were nuts. Absolutely nuts. And we did. We took on 10,000 square feet with just him and I. And then I thought, you know what? I was mentored, let me start mentoring other people and get them in the business. And if I can help them, I can, make them products of what I've done, and this can be reciprocal, right? And then they can do it, and on we go. So I brought in a bunch of friends of mine that, I thought, look, you could do this. Friends of mine that were selling health and fitness, which was a ginormous at the time. The founder of 24 Hour Fitness lived in our town and hung out with us. And, it was a fad to work at 24 Hour Fitness, but it was also a fad to work in the mortgage business. So I was able to recruit a lot of incredible salespeople. And I think by the time we were done, I think I hired 100 people in that 10,000 feet and trained them, and we were off. And I think by the time I was 28 years old, and this is right before the crash, somewhere around there, maybe a little younger, I was done. I was literally retired. Didn't have to work. We set out our goal, which was extremely difficult. Training those amount of people and the issues in the office, and the headaches and the dating each other in the office and the affairs and just all the shit that you could imagine that people that make a lot of money are doing. I mean, it was wild. I mean, we were chartering private jets Friday to go to Vegas. I mean, we were living the life, But we sold it. We did exactly what we said we'd do. We sold it, and and then we started another company because I think when you become successful, I think it's easy to say you want to stop and you want to do nothing, but the second that reality sets in, it wasn't even 5 days of me stopping that I thought, you know what, I'm going to start again. I'm going to do this again. And started another company and had employees right away, and we had joined another large company that was in our area, and we thought that this time we'll let them carry the heavy burden of all the crap that goes along with owning your own company, and we'll just show up to run it. And then of course the crash of 2008 came, which I've already spoke about that.